Taurus Tarot, and this is going to be the all-new revamped membership. So welcome back, everybody. I'd like to say hello and welcome back to those of you that resubscribed to the membership. Thank you for resubscribing. And so every Thursday at noon, the goal is to go live. We're going to do an all signs zodiac message. We're going to pull through all of the zodiacs. We're going to start with Aries. We're going to close off with Pisces. Each week, I'm going to pick decks geared to the current energy, what I feel guided to use when it comes to messages coming through for each of the collective energies. So keep in mind, guys, just like all of the zodiac readings that I do, this is going to be for any major placements, sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. I do encourage you to cross watch, especially if you're wondering what's going on with somebody that you still feel some type of energy connection with. But this week I decided to go with the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck to start. Then we're going to pull in with a tarot message where we got the box. We got the Angel Wisdom tarot deck. And then we're going to close off each zodiac sign with a crystal stone deck message. And then when we get through all of the signs, guys, I am going to pull a general message for the collective in general. So welcome back, everybody. It's good to see you here. Hit me up in the comments down below. I did see several of you rejoin, which really fills my heart with a lot of joy. But let's jump into it, guys, and let's start at the top with Aries. And let's see what needs to come through from my Aries collective. I do feel this is a message we probably all need to hear, especially with the Aries North Node at about 8 degrees right now. So let's see what needs to come through for a message for Aries. What do we got? We get the North Node. I can't even believe that. So I just mentioned the Aries North Node. And so this is about being future oriented. And so I feel like an 8 of Wands energy going on here, Aries. So there could be a lot going on right now. You could be in this portal of what I want to say is accelerated ascension. And so if you're kind of still hung up on something from the past, connected to that Libra energy of indecision, I feel it's time for you to make a big decision. And there might be a lot of communication. You might be receiving a lot of downloads right now, connected to your future path, connected to your North Node mission. You don't have to be an Aries North Node, but I do feel you're going through some type of activation. So what else do we got here for you, Aries? Yeah, it is time for you to get in the driver's seat and to get to calmer waters. And so as you step into the future, this is about leaving a very old cycle behind. So if you've been struggling with depression, if you've been struggling with maybe a physical ailment, a physical illness, or even a mental illness, it's time for you to find your way to a peaceful place. And so this is about committing to the path. Hey, Zandra, welcome back. It's so good to see you here. I did see that several of you guys decided to rejoin. Thank you. Thank you for rejoining. But Aries, you've got to welcome relief into your life. I do feel you're coming out of a cycle that's likely been very challenging. If you think of the opposite of Aries, we get the Libra energy, which is all about trying to see all sides of a relationship. And so maybe you've kind of given somebody way too many chances, but things are going to look up the second you welcome in relief. And maybe this is about relocating. Maybe you're going to have to pack up and relocate, but let's see what crystal stone deck message needs to come through for Aries. Okay, what do we get? We get aquamarine. Maybe you're dealing with an Aquarius, but yeah, this is so appropriate for you, Aries. You got to keep your cool. The energy is saying, hey, keep your cool. There is something about staying calm when it comes to energies in the heart. And so if you've been really stuck and hanging on to somebody or hanging on to an old cycle, it's time for you to speak clearly from the heart. Decide what it is that you want. I think maybe you've lost your voice, or you've lost your ability to maybe speak for yourself, but the North Node activation is saying, hey, it's long past time to let something go that needs to be left in the past. And so I do feel maybe you've been overly polite, but it's time to find that drive, that determination to speak up. I almost feel like you got some sacred rage here below the surface, Aries, and it might come out like a scream, but I just feel like mindful. You don't want to be overly dramatic, but you're going to want to keep your cool. So maybe you should be working with aquamarine as you kind of clear up the past and really get rooted in this new future energy. So North Node energy coming through from my Aries collective. Okay, Taurus, you are up next. We're going to get a message for my Taurus collective. Look at that. You are ready to take action. You got motion. And so what do we got Mars in right now? Is Mars still in Gemini right now? I didn't really look at the astrology too well this morning, but I just feel like you've got this sort of truth. There's something about mastering a lesson here and taking a leap of faith. And so you have the drive to take action, to put something in motion. And so maybe you've been withholding, maybe stepping into speaking up publicly because this Mars energy is holding a sword. There might be a need to overcome fear about taking action towards your goals, your ambitions. But I feel with the 22 card, this is the energy of the Fool. So you might have prominent Aries in your chart, but I think you're learning to master your inner masculine drive when it comes to taking action, maybe towards a project, maybe towards manifesting some new abundance here. But I feel like there's a brand new cycle coming through for you, Taurus. Okay, we'll take it. We're going to take it. What do we got? Yeah. So it's really time to put in the hard work. So I think like you've planted a seed. I think you've planted a seed. You've been loyal. You've been dedicated to your spiritual path. And now it's time to overcome any fears about taking action, about putting something into motion here. And so if you've been apprehensive about taking action, maybe towards a new business venture, it's time to get things going, Taurus. It's really time to get things going. And so the Virgo energy. So we're going to have Mercury going back into Virgo. This would be the perfect time to put something in motion, to really plant that seed, to pay attention to the details, Taurus. And I think if you've been waiting, oh, I got to wait for the perfect timing. I got to wait for the perfect timing. The perfect timing is always right now. And so procrastination or, putting something off until it's absolutely perfect, that actually is procrastination. And procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. So although you want to carefully plan before taking action, the energy is saying, take the leap of faith. Just go for it. Dive right into something and trust that you're protected. So what's the crystal stone deck message coming through for Taurus? What else does Taurus need to know? We're going to take this one. Oh, look at it. It's a blue stone. So this is about speaking up. We get blue calcite. This really is saying, hey, Taurus, you got to act on your dreams. You got to take action. You got to take charge. You got to go forward. You got to put something into motion. And this is about your creativity is really what it's feeling like, Taurus. And so it's time for you to breathe fresh air into your life. And so if you're staring up at the ceiling at night, worrying about the future, maybe you're waking up at 3 a.m. every morning, it's time for you to kick stress to the curb, okay? Don't freak out. Don't freak out. There's no prerequisite for you to achieve any type of accomplishments or goals that you have set for yourself. And so it's time for you to process the fear and put your big dreams into motion. So it's really time for you, Taurus, to act on your dreams. The seed's already been planted. And so you're in charge of the map. You hold the key here. So it's time to get into action. And so it's like the deadline is here. It's time to go for your dreams. And that's what I got for you, Taurus. Okay, we're going to move on to Gemini next. Messages for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Messages for Gemini. All right, what do we got? We got 5th house. So pay attention to your 5th house, whatever that might be. If it's a 5th house in Gemini, then your creative journey is all about speaking something into existence. And so the 5th house, I feel like a 3 of Cups energy here coming through for you, Gemini, but it's really time to create something. It's really time for you to find what your passion is. And so I think Spirit is saying, hey, it's time to celebrate. Maybe it's time to go out and have some fun with your friends. There might be a new opportunity for love coming in here, but I just feel it's really time to take bloom, to spread your wings when it comes to some type of creative passion for you. I heard the word Chariot, so maybe you're dealing with a Cancer. Maybe in Cancer season you came into a new idea and now it's time to take a risk when it comes to following that passion. We got 2 out for you, Gemini. But yeah, it's like you kind of know that you got to move forward with something. So don't be afraid of not having victory. I also feel sometimes we got to take a risk. We got to take a leap of faith. And sometimes this choice doesn't lead us down the pathway of victory. But this is all about trusting in your intuition. Your intuition is saying, hey, you've done enough meditating. You've done enough turning inward. What is your soul's desire? What is your true soul's desire? Maybe it's really not time for action per se. Maybe it's time to, hit up the drawing board and figure out a plan. Maybe it's time to pick up some painting supplies and actually paint a canvas. But I do feel the energy is saying, hey, it's time for you to develop your intuitive gifts. There's a situation here that I feel isn't worth your time. And so, going towards your passions too isn't always about public recognition. We can dive into our passions and we can create things. We don't always have to go after that public recognition if you don't want to be in the spotlight, Gemini. But I do feel success is an inside job. And maybe it is time for you to trust in the wisdom that you've been receiving in order to create something new here. Gemini. So let's get you a crystal stone deck message. I just think recognize that not everything has to be about success. Sometimes we can just create things purely for the joy that it brings us. So another blue card came out. Azurite. Gemini, this is about exploring your hidden depths. That goes right in alignment with that high priestess energy. And so Gemini energy is, depending on the degree marks of these placements that you have in your chart, we'll be squaring it up with this Pisces energy that's been in retrograde. And so there might be some type of inner battle going on here, because there's kind of like the Five of Wands at play here, where your ego is a block when it comes to breaking away from something. And so to create isn't about snapping selfies and putting yourself all over social media. There's something here about shaking off some shallowness. And so we don't create just for the recognition. We don't create just for the validation. We create because it's a desire deep down inside of us. And so there might be a false belief here that you've constructed around yourself, Gemini, and it's time to take a break. It's time to take a break. It's time to stop chasing after shiny things. And it's time to dive deep into your dreams and what it is that creates passion in your life. And so I think it's kind of time to get that spiritual shovel and dig yourself up out of a situation where there might be a lack of victory, and use this as a catalyst for growth, to create something that you will be passionate about. And that is what I have for you, Gemini. Okay, we're going to move on to Cancer next. Messages for Cancer, please. What do we got for Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. What do we got? All right, we got two. We get conjunction. So there's some type of alliance here. I do feel a King of Swords energy coming through. And so maybe somebody flew the coop and went towards some type of alliance here. I feel a very cold energy. These are these Canadian geese. They look like Canadian geese. And so Canadian geese migrate. They migrate south, they migrate north. And so there might be an energy here of migration. Look at, and then we get review, we get retrograde. Something might be coming back around. This is interesting because these two cards together is like a mirroring energy, Cancer. We get 1551. So there's a King of Swords energy coming through here. There is the Devil energy coming through. And so we've got quite a bit of retrograde energy still playing out right now, okay? Mercury is no longer retrograde. It is in the post-shadow retrograde period. But there's like a major review here. Somebody could have flew the coop, and now they kind of got to go through the Hall of Shame, and they got to review maybe where they were led astray. You could be dealing with the King of Swords. You could be this King of Swords. But there really is a need to choose logic over emotions right now. And somebody here feels like they're all up in their head with this retrograde. I heard tunnel vision. So somebody's in a major review state of an alliance, of a social group, maybe a family situation here. But what else do we got for you, Cancer? We get the Strength reverse. We got somebody here all up in their pride, all up in their ego. And so there is a review. There is a review here when it comes to maybe forgiveness. Leo, you could be dealing with a Leo. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. But I do feel somebody here is losing their strength, is losing their power over you. And so how can you bring about forgiveness here? Because I think you're realizing you're stronger than you knew, and it takes greater strength to forgive than it to hold on to anger and a grudge. So what else needs to come through for Cancer? I just feel like something that you knew about is coming to light. This could be something coming back around, and I do feel somebody's still kind of all up in their ego. We get aventurine, and so this is a heart chakra stone. There's something very melancholy here. I feel either you're stuck in a rut or a funk, or you're dealing with somebody stuck in a rut or a funk, and I heard side piece. So I don't know if there's third party going on here, but there is something here that I feel was very inappropriate, and this is about getting heart-centered. And so I don't know if you've got somebody here coming back from the past, and they're all up in their pride, and they're all up in their ego, and they're going to be hell-bent on bringing you down to gutter level where they are at. Don't play into that. There might be some type of crisis coming through here. I heard Christ consciousness, so a crisis of consciousness might be happening here, but you've got to find your confidence. I do feel there's a major wake-up call going on here, Cancer, and you need to clean something up from the past. So these retrogrades are saying, hey, you can't fly the coop without cleaning something up from the past, because there's a very stuck energy effect going on here that's been created out of some type of inappropriate choice. But I do feel, yeah, you might have an encounter with somebody from the past that is hell-bent on bringing you down to gutter level. So be mindful of that, Cancer. Okay, we're going to move on to Leo next. Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. What do we got, Leo? We get Cancer energy. So that's interesting. Maybe you are immersed in a shell. I think it's time for you to come out of your shell. I feel an Emperor energy here as well. So you could be a Divine Masculine. You could be dealing with a Divine Masculine. Cancer energy is cardinal energy. It is leadership energy. And so there could be a masculine here, very much in an imbalanced energy, maybe very much immersed in the inner feminine world. But I do feel a masculine energy coming through with this for you, Leo. So maybe you're dealing with the Cancer. Maybe you've got prominent Cancer in your chart. But I just heard somebody's pretty crabby. So what else do we got here for you? I was going to say Cancer, but it's Leo. Okay, we've got no more confusion coming through for you. So somebody here, I think, is immersed in their inner world, and this is going to bring forward clarity when it comes to a desire for moving forward. Somebody here has a big choice to make. Maybe it's you. Maybe you've been procrastinating, making a choice, but this is about taking action towards what it is that you desire so you can move forward with life. So the Seven of Cups in reverse, maybe there's a need to address addictions here. Addictions come in many forms, Leo, but I do feel maybe somebody here had a lot of options in the past and now they're running out of options, and maybe a choice has been taken away from them because of some type of procrastination, but there is a need to just move forward here. So what else do we got for Leo? What do we got? We get Moonstone. This is interesting. So we are heading into eclipse portal energy. We are going to have the first eclipse on the Virgo Pisces axis very soon. We're going to have a full moon eclipse in the sign of Pisces. And so there's something about a very old soul energy coming through. And so Moonstone is saying, hey, what intentions did you set? And I'm getting chills down both of my arms. What intentions did you set at that new moon in Virgo? So the results of that intention that you set will likely come full circle at that full moon eclipse in Virgo in Pisces season. So something needs to be eclipsed out of your life between this new moon we just had and the full moon eclipse in Pisces coming up here. And so maybe you need to work on your empathy. Maybe you need to work on your patience. I know Leo can be a very impatient energy. It's a very fixed fire sign, and so Leo wants what it wants when they want it. I do know that, and that's not to say that that's a bad thing, not at all. I am a Leo North Node, but there's something about trusting in your intuition here. And so under that new moon, what intentions did you set? What intentions did you set when it comes to aligning with your purest path? Because under that full moon, something that doesn't belong in your life is going to need to be eclipsed out in order for you to find your natural rhythm again. So that's kind of what I got for you, Leo. So I hope that helped. Okay, we're going to move on to Virgo next. What do we got for Virgo? Messages for Virgo, please. All right, Virgo, third house, all about communication here. So there is some type of energy coming through, I feel, an Ace of Cups. I do feel a new beginning in love here. And so maybe it's time to clear up some communication blocks, some communication issues. Really look to your third house, Virgo, to see what is sitting in there. But I see two people having a conversation here. So what is this conversation about? There's communication coming. And it is connected to an Ace of Cups. It is connected to a new beginning in love. So what is this communication about? Oh, yeah, a new beginning in love. Virgo, what do we got going on here? You've got new romance coming in. There might be new romance coming in, and this person might come in hot and heavy. They might come in flirtatious. They might come in love bombing you. That's kind of what I feel. So you're going to have to take it inwards. You're going to have to be really introspective. Do you want to fall in love again? Is this person actually here to fall in love, or are they here to sweep you off your feet, drop you like a bad habit? But I do feel there could be an opportunity for a sudden love affair. Maybe with a water sign, maybe with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but I feel there's going to be a lack of balance in this relationship. So this could be a spiritual test. This could be a test where it comes to you needing to practice discernment. And so recognize the love bombing qualities in people. Just because somebody makes your heart flutter doesn't mean that they've got staying power. So this could just turn into a situationship. It could be everlasting love, but this might be a test in communicating your needs and wants within a relationship. So what else needs to come through for Virgo? Virgo, that didn't feel right. So we're going to try that again. Virgo. Okay, what do we got here? We've got barite. Kind of reminds me, it looks like coral almost. It just reminds me of the ocean. And so there might be a lot of emotions. I do think this is a destined love offer coming in. It doesn't mean that it's permanent, but there's a lesson here, I feel, about transparency. There's a lesson about transparency. And so if you've got a sinking suspicion like, hey, I think this person is love bombing me, then trust in that sinking suspicion. But I do think you do have to kind of give it a try too, as scary as it is. I think it might be terrifying for you to say yes, but I do feel this person is here to show you an alternative path is what it feels like. And so maybe you're like, oh, anything but this. I don't want love in my life. But this is here for you to maybe get answers to your biggest questions. So that's kind of what this energy is saying to me for you, Virgo. So let's move on to Libra. Messages for Libra, please. What does Libra need to know? Midhaven. You're about to reach the pinnacle, the midhaven. There's some type of burden here that you need to release before you can actually create your personal heaven on earth. And so things might be heating up here. I do feel like a temperature gauge, but I feel like a 10 of wands. Maybe it's time to just wave that white flag and say, hey, enough is enough. I don't need to have all of the answers. There's something very faded here. Maybe there could be some public recognition, but I see you waving that white flag and you're like, hey, I'm all done with the drama. I'm all done with this burden. And so this really is about manifesting something really good in your life. So you're like at the pinnacle. This is it, Libra. So what do we got coming through for Libra? Oh yeah, this is a new creative endeavor. And so you might be coming into some type of public recognition. Maybe you're a 10th house Libra. But I do feel if you do work that you love, if you're a creator of some sort, you're going to receive recognition. It's really time to figure out how to embrace creative endeavors as well, because I do think you got high quality gifts here that you're here to share with others. And so maybe it's time to build an excellent reputation. The 10th house too is all about public reputation. So what else do we got going on here for Libra? Messages for Libra, please. Blue, again. Lapis lazuli. You are ascending on your rightful throne. And so I think you are letting the world know who you are. It's time for you to walk into a room and it's time for you to own it. And so you are basically stepping into your most authentic essence. You're stepping into your purpose. And so be mindful of your thoughts, because I want to say not everybody is your friend. So as you kind of step into the spotlight, Libra, you need to remember not everybody's on your side. Not everybody is your friend. I feel a very ancient old soul. Maybe you're coming into some deep spiritual memories connected to ancient Egypt, something about Egypt. Maybe you're a cat person. I don't know. Maybe you come from Lemuria. You could come from Lemuria, but I feel you are here to help manifest the age of Aquarius. And so suit up your armor. You're ascending on your rightful throne without a doubt. And that's what I got for you, Libra. That sounds pretty good. That felt pretty good. So Scorpio, messages for Scorpio, please. All right, Scorpio, get to the root cause of an issue here. There is almost like I feel a Queen of Cups, actually. I feel a Queen of Cups energy. And so there's some type of entanglement is what it's feeling like. And so there might be you getting to the root cause of a block. There's something deeply rooted here when it comes to a pattern, maybe a self-sacrificing pattern. But Spirit is saying, hey, it's time to uproot yourself. Maybe it's time to go in a new direction. What do we got here? Yeah, it's time to go in a new direction. So there's something about getting to the heart of the matter. There could be a relationship here that needs refining. There could be a new idea here that needs to be refined, but you need to overcome some obstacles. You might be feeling like you're being completely uprooted right now, Scorpio. This is about remaining objective and standing in the light of truth. And so maybe you've withheld this truth from yourself for a long time, but it's time to transform a situation, and it is going to require honest communication. Yeah, you're here to take back your shine. It's time to take back your shine with Sunstone. And so the energy really is saying reflect that light from within, Scorpio. I do feel you are starting to operate on a higher plane of existence. Maybe you need more sun in your life. Maybe you need to go and soak up some vitamin D, go lay out in the sun. But I do feel something about the solar plexus. There's something about somebody here has been harvesting your life force energy. And now it's time to shine the light on this negative person or this negative energy around you, and to find your stamina to take back your shine. Take back your power, Scorpio, okay? I do think you're being uprooted out of a situation, and you've got to have faith that everything is going to work out, okay? And that's what I got for Scorpio. Sagittarius is up next. What do we got for Sag? What do we got for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. All right, what do we got? We got 6th house sustainability. So there's something about your day-to-day life. Maybe you are being uprooted in your day-to-day life, but I also feel this energy of stuckness. You're being complacent, Sag. So really pay attention. Where are you keeping yourself stuck? Complacency is inaction. It's stagnancy. It's like a 4 of Cups energy, almost like your deepest soul's desires are being suppressed. How can you unbox these desires? So is your day-to-day life sustainable? This could be health issues. This could be career issues. Something about your day-to-day life is really feeling monotonous. It's feeling draining. And so you might be revamping your entire day-to-day activities. So what else do we got for Sag? Yeah, I think it's time for you to find your passion again. I think your day-to-day life is just feeling bland. It's feeling dry. It's feeling blah. And you need to find your passion for life again. This is about finding your passion, finding your confidence. There's a very restless energy here that's saying, hey, break me out of this routine of my day-to-day life. So stay focused on passion. Trust in your instincts here. The Knight of Wands is saying, hey, recognize the red flags. Speak your truth. Find your passion to go after what you want. Stay focused. There might be an event here that's going to require you to take some type of immediate action, because wherever you're at, I don't think your day-to-day activities are sustainable anymore. They feel blah, and you need to kind of find your passion again. So what else do we got for Sag? We get Quartz. It's time to enhance your vision. It's time to enhance your day-to-day life. And so you're not here to just eat, sleep, work, and die. That's not what we came here to do on this planet. And so Maybe you're dealing with a Gemini. Gemini would be your opposite sign, but it's time to reprogram your reality. It's really time to figure out all of these limitations in front of you that are keeping you stuck when it comes to your day-to-day life. What limitations are you believing about yourself, and what do you need to do to cut through any illusions? Quartz will help you cut through the illusions, okay, Sag? So it's time for you to clear your mind of self-doubt. It's time for you to surrender to the will of the universe, and it's time for you to start manifesting the life of your dreams every single day. That's what I got for you, Sagittarius. All right, Capricorn is up next. What do we got for my Cappies out there? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node messages for Capricorn. The Moon. All right, we got Karmic Debt 19 here. So there's something here where you need to shift your perception. Karmic Debt 19. There's something about codependencies coming through here, Capricorn. I just feel you need to recognize your own codependencies. Maybe you need to shift your perception about a situation here. Something here is hidden. I do feel there's something about shedding the ego. Karmic Debt 19 is associated with narcissism. And I'm not saying you're a narcissist. You could be dealing with somebody that is displaying narcissistic tendencies. I'm really trying to pull away from all of that narcissist talk because, in all honesty, we all have an ego. We all have narcissistic tendencies, and we can all play into those tendencies. And we all have empathy. Some of us choose to turn it off, and some of us choose to exude empathy. And so there's a need to shift your perception about a situation here. And so there might be a major wake-up call coming around that full moon eclipse. Maybe you are a Pisces South Node, doesn't have to be. But there's something here that you are being asked to shift your perception on. So I'm curious as to what that is. So let's go a little bit further here with the tarot and see what this is all about. Yeah. Eight of Swords in reverse. It's time for you to break yourself free from a certain point of view about a situation. You're keeping your own self stuck here. So I don't know if you're lacking self-confidence. There's a situation here that I think you feel completely helpless in. And this is all about shifting your perception. And so you have to be able to take responsibility for your life. And you can't make others take responsibility for their life. There's something here about getting honest about where you keep yourself stuck. So the truth will set you free, Capricorn, but it's probably going to piss you off. It's probably going to shatter your illusions, but the truth is here. And this one come out. So what do we got? We get lepidolite. Yeah, you got to just chill out a little bit. It feels like you need to chill out. I feel an energy here that is perpetually frazzled, perpetually spinning, and maybe you're a workaholic. Maybe you're all up in the head here, a lot of cerebral energy. And so just run yourself a bubble bath. Chill. Capricorn, chill. You got to remember, Capricorn energy is ruled by Saturn, which is karma. And so there might be something very karmic here playing out that feels a little bit too much for your mind to handle. But I do feel you've got to just give yourself a little bit of time here. I feel so much tension between my shoulder blades. And so how can you let go of the drama? Let go of the drama. Shift your perception. Sometimes the drama isn't even yours to begin with, but you got to let go of the drama here. You got to break yourself free from some type of false imprisonment. And so you might not see the path clearly just yet, but the truth is going to come to light and you're going to be breaking yourself free. So let's see what needs to come through for Aquarius. Messages for my Aquarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Vesta. This is about the hearth. This is about the home. And so there's some type of flame that I feel is being ignited. I also feel almost like a Six of Wands here. Victory is yours for the taking. So let's get to the heart of the matter here, Aquarius. I do feel there is, yeah, like a Six of Wands energy coming through. So victory after challenges. If you've been challenged, if you've been struggling, if you've been having to deal with all kinds of outside opinions, I do feel you're overcoming that and you're finding your drive to take action here. What do we got? We get the Queen of Swords. So this is all about the heart of the matter. And so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, there you are. So this is about releasing something that is no longer serving you, and it could be connected to the home. It very much could be connected to the home. But I do think there's a very difficult situation here coming to an end, and it's really time to release something. So I don't know if you've gone through a divorce recently, but it's really time for you to release negative judgments connected to an ending or a divorce. Maybe this was part of your life experience. How can you kind of find the humor in the situation and just release something here? It's like looking right at the struggles and going towards victory, but it's really time to get honest here. It's just time to release. Stop focusing on the difficult situation here. So what else do we got? Sugilite, I hope I pronounced that right. This is about stretching beyond any limitations. And so maybe you tried to escape some type of karmic reckoning here. I feel like an escape. You can't escape the laws of karma. You can't escape the laws of space and time. But I do feel a big black void coming to the surface here. And this is for you to step into the unknown. There is something about an unlimited possibility here. And so it's time to grow from a very toxic situation. I feel somebody felt confined, and it's time to leave an old reality behind. It's time to leave an old life, an old reality behind. And so there's no comfort in the safe zone. Somebody here might be in some type of status quo foundation and might feel comfortable, but actually it's really discomforting because it's keeping somebody stuck in some type of limited reality. And so this is about tapping into new possibilities and allowing the inner light to guide you there, allowing that inner light to get you to the next phase of your journey. Okay, Aquarius? All right, Pisces, let's close it off with Pisces, and then we'll get a message, a general message for all of us. So messages for Pisces, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node messages for Pisces. Okay, Gemini, we got an Empress energy coming through here, and so something about cross-pollinating. So there could be this energy of like growing something. I do feel twin energy coming through, Pisces. I feel very strong twin energy coming through, and I do feel an Empress coming through. And so I don't know if you're stepping into being that queen bee. You could be the queen bee. I'm not sure, but let's see what else needs to come through with the tarot. Look at that page of cups. Yeah, I think you might have a love offer coming in. I think there might be a new open-hearted experience entering your life, Pisces. So get ready to receive a message regarding love. I do feel an opportunity for a new emotional experience, and maybe it's time for the two of you to cross-pollinate or interact. Some type of alchemy going on here when it comes to a romantic encounter. So really lean into your heightened psychic abilities right now. You might even feel this coming. I think you've asked for a life partnership, and look at you, your cup is overflowing here. So I think you learned to fill your own cup, and your cup is flowing over with all of these emotions, and there you are, committed to self, which is bringing in a new emotional experience is what I'm feeling here. So Pisces, we get Lemurian quartz. Maybe you come from Lemuria, but I do feel somebody is going to shout out your name here. Almost like a lost fable, a lost romantic fable. I think this person's going to make you blush. I think maybe you're climbing the spiritual ladder here, but I think it's time to just get back into the groove, Pisces. That's really what it's feeling like. And so don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Maybe somebody wants to come in and take you away on vacation. But I feel you're calling in new friends. You're calling in new energy. And love is coming in. This relationship that's trying to come in is going to bring a big zap of energy healing into your life, Pisces. And so this person is here to help you awaken to all of your inner gifts, your inner wizard, your inner witch. And so don't overthink it. Do not overthink it, because there is a new social invitation coming for you, Pisces. Okay, let's get a general message for the collective, guys. Let's close it off. What do we all need to know about these current collective energies? Clarity. There is clarity coming. And so there's a tower coming, and this is to shake up a false belief. And so get ready for some truth to be unveiled over the coming days. And this is going to bring you a lot of clarity. So if things feel like they're falling apart right now, it's in order for things to fall back together in a more aligned energy. So what else do we got? Yeah. So there's some truth coming in. There's some truth coming in about some type of illusion. So the devil seeks to keep us divided, right? And so this really is, this clarity coming in is saying, hey, use this tower of truth to break you free from some type of entrapped situation. The truth will always set you free. This is about choosing a better path. This is about acknowledging addictions or unhealthy habits and breaking yourself free. So what's the last message today, Sapphire? Break yourself free from the drama and find your tranquil place. Sapphire is saying, hey, it's time to stop playing into these dramatic situations. It's time to find peace. It's time to put that force field of protection of energy around you. And it's time for you to release old resentments. Because when we hold on to resentments and bitterness, it does recreate negative toxic cords. And it causes more damage than it does healing on your journey. And so it's time to call forth that old soul that resides within you, and to make a judgment call and to break free from something that is really holding you back. And that's what I got. So who cares what anybody else thinks about you? You're living your life for you, and that's what I've got for all of us today, guys. So welcome back, everybody. It's good to see you here. I'm so glad you came back. I look forward to seeing you all again next Thursday for another round of all Zodiac messages. I hope you all have a great evening and you have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you next week.